genius garden tool. And it takes a lot to impress me because I've seen every gadget you could ever possibly imagine. For years, I would travel to Las Vegas to the National Hardware Show a year in advance of getting new products on the air and sourcing them for my show here. I saw this for the first time and immediately knew that they had something different. People who love to garden still hate to weed. Would you agree with that? I don't know anybody whose hobby is weeding. So if you can make it fun and make it fast, you've got something special. Here's the business end of what is a very lightweight tool. This is the Weasel Weed Popper. There are two serrated teeth that look like spikes. And you'll notice that one is curved one way, one is curved the other. And it's such a simple design. All you do is you take it, you put it right over the center of the tap root of the weed, and you step on it, okay? You drive it into the ground, and then you twist it. And when you do, it pops the weed. It literally unscrews the weed like it's a light bulb. And then at the very top, you see that little red plunger? Because what it does is it pulls a plug of dirt out. Boop, step, twist, pull. The entire plug comes out, and then instead of having to fish it out with your hands, that little popper shoots it out. So I'll walk around my yard during dandelion season with a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket, and this thing, and I giggle like the idiot I am, because you're popping dandelions out in a fraction of the time. Do I have Janine with me, bud? Oh, beautiful. Let me bring her in. She's our expert on this. Janine Ferrillo is our guest. Hi, Janine. Good to see you.
Sorry. I know. Last time we had a little snafu, but I'm here today, buddy.
I enjoy this tool.
Yes.
You get into this weird rhythm of weeding, and you just become this weeding machine, and it does all the work for you.
Well, it's really great because it's German engineered technology.
Okay.
So you can count on that to be some of the very best. And then when it came to the US, everyone was super excited because it's this lightweight tool, probably between, 3 to 5 pounds you have here, not even 5. But sturdy and really well made and gets the job done. So now there's no more kneeling. You're not going to hurt your knees. You're not bending, hurting your back to get all of the weeding done. And that's what I love. And as it says right on the rod here, step and twist. So you're going to just center those tines that you beautifully pointed out to everybody with the serrated edges going in opposite directions. You're going to pick up the weed. You'll notice that you get those roots that I'm showing you right there. And then you're going to hit the plunger at the top, and out goes that weed. So it pops right out, hence the name, the Weed Popper by the Garden Weasel. So again, Dan, I'm not kneeling. I'm not hurting my back. As you make your way through your garden, let's be honest, getting down isn't as hard, but getting back up certainly is. Dan, I'm in my 40s now, bud. You are going to tell me you're still young, but you know what? I feel differently than I did a couple years ago. I can't lie.
Are you more persnickety about your gardens now than when you were younger? I've noticed.
My gosh.
I'm going to make such a great grumpy old man. I'm at the cusp. Like another year, I think I qualify. I get my card and everything. Look, grumpy old man. I'll look at my garden, and I've been out there trimming tomato plants just so they look more even. My wife goes, "What are you doing?" I can't help myself.
We don't have the same, we may not have the same likes and hobbies that we did once upon a time. So yes, my garden is my retreat. It's the place I feel good about going into the garden, becoming one with the earth. And Dan, that might sound a little cheesy, but I mean it. I really just enjoy that. I just planted some really great things this year. I'm super excited about it. But, of course, I have the climbing roses that I planted. Wish me luck. But the thing is, weeding is the chore that we all have to do. Yes, we can't stand doing it, but that's why this makes it so wonderful. So when I see my beautiful climbing roses, I don't want to see all the weeds. And that's where this is going to help me out with the weed popper, right? Make my life easier.
I don't jump up and down and yell and scream about price very often. Our $30 QVC price on this was still below what most people pay for it. The fact that I've got a clearance sale price, it's a ridiculous $13 and change. We've never seen it priced at that price. Now, when these are gone, they are gone. I don't have a reorder from the folks at Garden Weasel, okay? There's so many different tools out there for weeding. In particular, for dandelions, this thing is awesome. My father used to get down on his hands and knees with a screwdriver in the yard to pop up dandelions.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now you don't. It always creates a little plug, and that's what the plunger on the end is for. Yep.
So you have the plug, and you can see I'm getting the roots. I'm trying to get close so you can see that. See the root system there? Because if you don't get the root system, they're going to continue to come back and be the nuisance that they are. But then you're hitting your plunger at the top. Bam, just like that. Pop that weed right out.
My favorite part.
As you said, you put it into your bucket.
Yeah.
I have a little basket here in the front that I'm popping these into, and I have to say, my aim is pretty good.
Well, that's to
surprising.
me. That's what makes the fun part of the weeding on this is again, it turns into a sport for me, and I'm such a stupid competitive guy that I'll walk through the yard, pop the dandelions, and I'll hold it, name it, and then pop it, and I go for distance. And this thing will actually shoot the plug with the weed on it a good, 7 to 10 feet, depending upon how hard you hit that spring-loaded plunger.
Yeah, and it's something else I like about this is that it's the color red, so you can see this out in the grass. When you're done weeding, sometimes you'll drop it down to the ground, right? Get some cleanup done. You're always going to find it back laying in that grass. You'll always be able to find it. It's nice and bright. And then you have those handles at the top that, you could just put 2 nails right underneath each handle, right on your garage wall of the garage or your shed, wherever you want to hang this, and it'll just hang beautifully like that. It's always accessible. I have mine as soon as I come into the garage, because sometimes I often find weeds when I shouldn't, right? I often want to start weeding when I'm dressed in my white pants or,
They pop up overnight. They literally pop up
it.
overnight. Why can't hair grow like weeds?
Yes.
We've already had over 300, over 400 of these that have been ordered. So clearance sale pricing again means when they're gone, they are gone. I can't get more of them back in. It's actually a really simple idea, but brilliant. If you look at the tines at the bottom, they look like 2 sickles, and they're sawtooth. And what you do is you go ahead and take it, push it into the ground, and with your foot, you go ahead and drive those prongs underground and then just twist it. And what it does is it kind of threads the tap roots of a weed around the center core, and what you wind up with when you pull it out of the ground is a core of dirt and the weed root. So to get that out, there's a plunger here on this end, and when you push it, it creates that effect. So it just dislodges it and pops it out. The whole piece of equipment is really lightweight, but it's all done in tubular steel. And they did a really nice job of wrapping these with these rubberized handles as well. I was impressed with the construction when I saw it for the very first time, and very surprised that we're priced at this low of a price just to make room for things that are coming back in. We're getting really close to Christmas in July. And Janine, you know how much warehouse space we need for Christmas in July. So that means a lot of my garden stuff has got to get gone. And that's why you're seeing prices like this right now.
You're exactly right, Dan. Gosh, I mean, it's here already, right? Can't believe how fast the months fly by, but this is going to fly too. So I'm going to pop it out. I have to admit, I didn't make the basket on that one.
Yeah, but what's your shooting percentage?
I'm looking at about 80%.
That'll still get you in the NBA Hall of Fame, okay? You're still doing good.
I don't know about that, buddy. Will it? All right, if you say so.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, fun way to weed. Gets it done, though. That's what's most important. You get it done with this. It's going to rip through the weeds with that 360-degree turn you're going to do. You can actually hear the roots ripping.
Yeah.
And then you're going to pop it out. You're going to have fun. You're going to have fun doing it. And honestly, it's an essential. It's something that you need. Now you're not hurting your knees. You're not bending down. You're not kneeling down, so you're saving your back and you're saving your knees. And honestly, Dan, we all know that's a lifesaver in and of itself.
Yeah, and it works best with broadleaf weeds. Again,
Yes.
the whole idea, the twisting motion, just kind of threads the tap roots of the. Nice. Go for distance this time. Come on.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Ready?
Go for a record. No, watch,
Hold
see
on
if
a
I can
second.
talk her to make it a big mess.
Okay. Ready? Ready? I'm backing up.
All right.
Oh, that was a good one, Dan. That was a good one.
This is spring loaded. In fact, it's kind of hard to just hold it down. But you'll see when I let go of it. You ready? 1, 2, 3. That's all spring loaded. So that's what makes it easy. You just hit it like a plunger. And that's what pops it off the other end. It's a fun tool. I've had mine. When did you first bring this to QVC? 3 years
I brought
ago?
this last year.
Last year, okay.
I want to say, let me think. 2021. Because I remember I was outside with this. Now, live TV, real quick. Sometimes it won't pop right off. So if that happens, it just got caught up in a root. Simply get your hand and go like that. Very easy to do.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 times it's going to pop it off. One time out of 10, you might have to pull it.
Exactly. I when we first brought this, Dan, I had a big tree outside. This was last year.
Okay.
And I had a bunch of weeds always under this tree. It was such a nuisance. But it was good for the Garden Weasel, because I was able to.
Yep.
Anyway, we got that tree taken down, Dan.
Oh, did you?
No more weeds. Well, I had to. It was kind of dangerous. But anyway,
I'm always at war with dandelions, but for years I put chemicals on the yard. And my wife educated me. They say you can't teach old dogs new tricks. You can. We've now got pets. I've got dogs all the time. So we don't put any chemicals into our yard at all, which means that we've got to weed by hand. And I'm not a fan of dandelions. So I wait until they bloom. Pardon me, excuse me.
Bless you, bless you.
And then I'll pick a day, and I go out with my 5-gallon bucket and my Garden Weasel, and I walk out and I get all the dandelions. And it's a gratifying feeling to know that you're getting them, and you're getting them all. Clearance sale price.
For sure, it's a gratifying feeling. Bless you again, my friend.
I'm allergic to dandelions. I can't even talk about them.
I was going to say. Exactly.
Pardon to our audio. Who is up in audio today? I apologize. By the way, that sneeze had been building for 35 minutes, and I didn't say anything. Janine, thank you so much for being with us.